Everybody, Scott Pierce here at Listings to Leads. And in this call today for lenders, I'm going to walk you through some really awesome new tools that we've got that's going to help you generate a lot of great leads for yourselves, but also a lot of great leads for the agents that you're adding to your lender accounts with Listings to Leads. So first of all, go to PDF guides, and in your lender accounts, you're going to see the top 3 rows are all guides that are specific to a lender. All right. So these are not available in the agent accounts, only in lender accounts. And what we've just added is a bunch of different actions that you can do with these guides. And so we just added, for example, landing pages. So now every PDF guide in your account, the ones for lenders and also the ones for buyers, now come with landing pages. All right. And the landing pages all work similarly, and you do control how they work. But here we've got information about the topics. In this case, it's a 2 or 3K loan program, time frame to buy. All right, that's editable. They can use a drop down for that. And then when they click the button, download free guide, it's going to capture name and email from Facebook. It will send them an email where they can download that guide via the email. And then they got the guide right here. All right. So all the guides are phenomenal, but we do always take your feedback. So if you're a lender, and I'll tell you what, if you're a lender and you have an idea for another guide, let us know, right? For example, we were talking this morning about maybe doing one for adjustable rate mortgages, kind of the pros and cons of them. So that might be one that we're going to do here pretty soon. But if any of you have other ideas for PDF guides, let me know. But here you can see I got my guide. It's all branded to me, and using that landing page, right? I can put that anywhere I want to. So I could do a Facebook post, right? Not an ad, but I'm talking about a post. And there's some other really cool things I can do. But before I get too much further into that, let me also show you, we got QR codes. So here's a QR code. I'm going to leave this up. If any of you want to take out your phone real quickly, one of you take out your phone and scan that, and you will see it will pop up to that landing page right on the phone. All right. So if you are doing some sort of marketing, direct mail marketing, or some other type of thing where you want to use a QR code, that QR code is phenomenal, and it will take people right to that PDF guide. We've also got postcards. So the next one over here, download postcard. So here's the front and the back. I am kind of thinking the postcards could be used where I might print up some of these postcards and almost have them where I hand them out to people. Maybe I go to an open house, right? Maybe I'm at an open house with one of my agents, and I've got one of these guides here, one of these postcards that I can hand to people. All right. And again, if anybody wants to scan that QR code right on that postcard, it's a little bit small. This postcard is like a standard postcard. We have other larger postcards coming pretty soon, but so it is a little bit small, but it does work. All right. So anybody wants to scan that QR code is legit as well. All right. Absolutely awesome. All right. So we got the download your free guide in the top left, right? 2 or 3K loans for buying and upgrading a home. We've got a little blurb that'll be your profile picture. And we let them know that the home buyers find these reports valuable and helping them get their dream home faster. And then some images, just like a kind of an image of properties. And then the scan the QR code to get your free copy of this guide. All right. Sean, every single one of these guides has all of these same tools. So Sean was asking about the first time home buyers guide. So if I go to buyer guides, and I guess I could have just typed this in first. So first time home buyers guide. So here's the landing page. Here is the QR code. All right. Here is the postcard. All right. There's the postcard. And again, if anybody wants to scan that real quickly, let me scan that with my phone. Hold on a second. I always love scanning. Even though I did at least like 2 or 3 times a day, I love scanning them. So there it is. Boom. Came up on my phone. Nice. Yep. Beautiful landing page. I can get the first time home buyers guide now. So imagine you're at an open house. We're going to talk about this a little bit later in this call today, but imagine you co-host an open house with one of the agents that are in your listings leads account. And again, I would print up some of these postcards, just, just one side, where I wouldn't worry about the back of them necessarily. And I would just print them up on a piece of paper, even if you're trying to do something quick style, and just have that as almost like an attached flyer to maybe to the listing flyer, right? So a lot of different kind of things that you could do with it. And so, if it's kind of a lower price point home, maybe this could be a guide to offer people either via the postcard or the QR code. If it's a higher end home, right, maybe use a different PDF guide that you think might be appropriate. But regardless, you've got 11 different guides for lenders only. And then you've got like another 35 that are good for buyers. All right. So again, when you're in your lender account with listings to leads, these are all the top 3 rows are lender only. And again, I think I mentioned earlier, we're looking to probably do a guide for adjustable rate mortgages. And I would love to have any other ideas that you all have on guides that you would like to see. So again, landing page, QR code, postcard. I can download the guide right from here. So this might be great where you have a CRM and you would love to send one of these guides to everybody in your CRM. Just click. Well, actually, what I would do? I would use a landing page URL. All right. So here's what I would do. And we're going to actually probably next week or the week after, there will be another option here for email where you can just copy and drop into your own email provider. So for example, if you're using, what are some of the email programs that you all use with your current leads? So what kind of programs right now, like Sean, Eddie, Ryan, others, what programs are you using now to store all of your leads and engage with them, like in your email follow-ups and all that? So one thing that might be an easy way to do this right now is click on ads, English or Spanish, because if you didn't know, all these guides are available in both English and Spanish. I would just copy that text right there. I would go to whatever program I'm using to send out to my leads. So I might call it 203K loan information for your next home. I'm just making this up. Hit next, drop in that code, come back over here, get that landing page URL. And I'm just showing you that right there would be a great email and would generate you leads out of your database, right? And all I did is I just copied the text from the ad, copied the link for the landing page and dropped it in there. Now, a little bit later, like I said, in about a week or two, there will be an option for this email to just click and paste into whatever program you're using. So Ryan said he's using Jungo. So Ryan, you'll be able to come in here and either right now, you can just do it like I showed you and send this out to your database, or like in about a week or two, there'll be an action here that you can just click and it will copy all that information for you. All right. So Ryan and Eddie, does that make sense about the email? So we now have landing pages, QR codes, postcards, direct download, and we've got the ad creator, all right, for every single PDF guide in your lender account. All right. Now the agents have all of these same options as well, but they do not have these lender guides. So all of your agents, all right. And so agents may want to focus more on seller guides, right? It depends on what market they're in, but they have access to both. So I selected buyer guides and I'll come down here and you'll see we've got a ton of buyer guides, right? I mean, I haven't counted all of them here, but yeah, you can see there is a lot of guides. The 78 now total. No, that's true. Not true. There's 78 for agents and 89. Holy cow. 89 PDF guides under a lender account. Look at that. All of this. So there's buying new construction. Here's the landing page. Oh, and obviously, I shouldn't say obviously, but they are all mobile responsive. See that right there? Boom. Beautifully mobile responsive, which so that's obviously a requirement nowadays. But there's the landing page, there's the QR code. All right, the QR code. So all of it is right there, ready to be used. So Ryan said, can we use our own PDF guide? You can, but it will not. So let me show you, Ryan. So let me see if I go to all. It might be, yeah. So how you can use your own PDF guide is go directly to ads. And Ryan, that's a great question because I know a lot of lenders have guides that your company may prepare for you. But so go to ads, create PDF guide ad, and then right here, upload custom. And I will assume it's for buyers. Now you won't get like a QR code and a landing page and all of that stuff like we do in all of that stuff like we do with our pre-made guides, but you can upload the guide here, right? You got your Facebook and Instagram accounts, right? You can upload whatever text, you can do a video, an image, right? And do the ad here. All right. Ryan, does that make sense? And then, but if it's a guide that you would like us to add to our system, go ahead and click on support and suggest a topic and maybe give us like a quick 2 to 3 lines on, so don't just give us like do one on probate, but give us like, what is the angle for probate? And that way we can do the research and we'll do all the writing, all the graphics and create that PDF guide, upload them. And that way you will get the landing page, the QR code, the postcard. I think we're going to be doing door hangers as well. And we're also going to be we're probably next week, we're in alpha testing with a few people on an API integration with Express Copy. And so you'll be able to print right from your Listings to Leads account here pretty soon. So yeah, that's going to be pretty sweet. Ryan, I don't want to get too far afield right now, but I will show you if I go to landing page. So I just clicked on landing pages in my account and there's a walkthrough. So you can do a walkthrough, but let me just show you here real quickly. And again, for some of you on this call, I don't want to get too advanced. So I'll just spend like 2 minutes on this, but if I go create landing page, in landing page name, I might put first time home buyer loan program, right? Maybe I got a great PDF guide that's really worked for me. And I'm going to put my custom PDF guide, create landing page. Oh, I would do custom landing page buyers, custom free report buyers. There we go. All right. So we had type, name, note, create landing page. And I'm not going to go through, you can add video, you can change the image, right? So this can be an image, it can be a video here. I got all the styles and color, the content, the lead form, right? So all of this is completely editable. But what I will show you is under advanced autoresponder here, you can upload a custom PDF guide so that way you can offer the guide on a landing page and they will get it via the autoresponder. Does that make sense, Ryan? So we've got support on how to create landing pages and stuff. So that would be a quick way of doing that. Awesome. Cool. And then again, like I said, if you got a really great idea that you think you would like to have the postcard, the QR code, the landing page, the email that we're going to be doing, right? Send it to us. We'll do all the writing and the graphics to get it into the system. And you will have all of those tools that we have for our current PDF guides available to you as well. All right. So very, very, very sweet stuff right there. So make use of it. Give us your feedback. I want to hear back from everybody on this. I think this can be a super powerful way for you to better engage with people in your local area, right? Via ads, via posts, offering these guides via email. So I'm telling you, we have agents that are sending these out to their database and they're getting like ridiculous number of engagements because this is value, right? This is all stuff of value. You know, it's not you trying to give out chicken soup recipes. This is stuff that completely relates to what they're doing or what they're thinking about. All right. So yeah, make use of this. I would try to make sure I'm sending one of these guides to my database once a week, right? You know, I would pick a day of the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, whatever. And I'd put a reminder. So, you know, a couple of you are using Jungo, and just put a reminder in Jungo, grab PDF guide from listings to leads to send to send to my Jungo leads, right? Does that make sense, Ryan, Eddie, others? All right. So let's go. So, you know, we did that. Let me show you. I'm going to click on listings in my account. And so I want to, no, real quickly here, any feedback from anybody here? Any questions on anything that you've got? Any feedback for me? Anything before I get into a few other things here? All right. So I want to talk to you about engaging agents in your area. All right. Hopefully you've got an agent added to your lender account. I would talk to them, and everyone's going to be a little different here. What I would do. I got an agent that, you know, we're pretty friendly together. You know, we like each other, and they're in my listings leads account. They've got a listing, and we're going to have an open house together, right? So they're listing, but I'm going to be there with them. Because I'm going to print up some flyers for the PDF guide, and I'm going to be offering that PDF guide and generating leads for myself at that open house and assisting the agent as well. All right. So the agent's got a listing here. They have an open house, and that's the open house marker, but I'll just show you real quickly. On the far right of any listing in the account, you'll see that symbol for open house. To add an open house, just click it, right? Select the date and time, click add open house, and that will create all the open house marketing tools. Now, one of the things you can do as a lender, all right, is you could run an ad for that open house where the leads go to you. All right. So you see here, send leads to lender account. So as a lender, I'm going to pay for the ad. I'm marketing the open house. All right. I'm marketing the open house for the agent, but I'm going to be taking those leads, and whether you want to have this conversation with the agent, but I'm going to qualify the lead. I'm going to engage the lead. And once that lead is ready to talk, then I will make sure that that agent will be the buyer agent for that lead. All right. Hopefully that was more clear than maybe it sounded like in my head. To do an ad, all you got to do is come down here and click create ad. All right. We autofill location. We got the special housing ad category done. We're doing a lifetime budget of 1 week for $35. We got a great image, right? All you got to do is create ad. It's literally that. I don't know if there's another program out there that makes it easier to do a Facebook ad than what we got here with listings to leads. All right. So if any of you know of one, let me know. Put it in the comment here of another program that makes doing a Facebook lead ad actually easier than this. Because here's the deal. Every lead is going to have a name, email, phone number, and also purchase time frame. So if I click on this right here, that may not be ready yet. Yeah, the image used in the ad will be whatever image. Yeah, the image of the house. So we got like, I don't know, 10 to 15 default templates, image templates. So some of the images here show like 4 or 5 images of the home in kind of like a really cool format. And it can take like 5 minutes for this link to be ready. So if it's not ready, I'll come back to this a little bit later to show you, but the preview link for your ads can take 5 to 10 minutes to get live. But once this is ready, we'll come back a little bit later and click on that link, and I'll show you how that Facebook lead form works. But so these are all the tools that your agents have to market their listing at every status. So we got the ad, the post. Here's a tip for all of you lenders with your agents, because this is a tool that some agents don't really get. I don't know why, but this is such a powerful tool. share on seller social media. So I would write this down. If any of you, this is a pro tip from you to the agent. All right. And I'm giving it to you, but this is from you to the agent. We got two tools for the seller sphere of influence. This is a social media post. So right here, seller social media, and e-flyer for seller sphere of influence. All right. To trigger these off to start working, all the agent has to do is click the green button, send to seller, put in the seller's email address and salutation, like dear Ian or whatever it is, right? And click save, right? Because if it's the first time, it'll just be click save. I'm going to close that out so then here, they click the green button, send to seller, and they put in the seller's name and email. And the reason I'm telling you all this is such a great way to generate free referral leads. And these leads are pretty good quality. All right. These things generate really good leads. So, and they're free. So I want your agents to be using this. So after the agent gets those two emails, the e-flyer and the social media post, call the seller up. All right. And here's a little role play script. So along the lines of this. Hey, Ian, this is Scott. I just want to make sure you know we got the open house coming up this weekend. And so I've got it on a Facebook ad going. I got some stuff going out to my database so that we make sure everybody knows about it. And I got some other really good stuff going. It's already on Zillow and Realtor.com. But I sent you a couple of things to share on your Facebook page and also via email, because you are going to know people who know people looking to buy in the area. And I just want to make sure that we don't leave any stones unturned. All right. In this changing market, I want to make sure that everybody humanly possible knows about the open house this weekend. And so if you could put that on your Facebook page and send that email out to people that you know, that'll just help make sure that nobody misses the fact that we got an open house for you this weekend. Does that make sense for everybody? So that role play between that you can help the agent with is essentially the agent talks about all the great work they're doing, and then mentions the fact that we don't want to miss any opportunity, right? That 1/2%, right, is not too small for me to worry about, because I want 100%. And so to make sure that we get as close to 100% as possible, I sent you something to put on Facebook and also share via email, the same as I'm doing, the same as I'm paying for, right? Paid ads, free postings, things to my database, right? We don't want to miss any opportunity. So for everyone on this call, does that make sense? Right? And I'm telling you, sellers absolutely love it. All right. They absolutely love it. And it's going to promote the agent to their sphere of influence on both email and social media. So this is, sometimes agents, I think they feel that they're intruding or that they're making the seller, do work that really the agent should be doing. And it's not about that. Not about that at all. All right. Sellers, all the feedback we ever get is sellers absolutely love it. Worst case is sellers really not on Facebook maybe, and that's fine, but I would still send it to them and just say, you know what, you're not on Facebook. If if any of your neighbors or, friends or family wants to post on your behalf, great. If not, not a problem. Right. Never argue with my clients over posting this, but I'm going to tell you, the seller is going to react very positively, and they're going to think that the agent is a complete rock star for having tools that even they can use to promote their listing. All right. So hopefully that makes sense for everybody. I really want to make sure that you let your agents know about this free tool, because it really, really works. All right. The other thing that you might want to help your agents with are the video scripts. All right. So we got good video scripts for every listing. We're creating video scripts for all the PDF guides, and we got more video scripts coming as well. But this open house script, now here's the awesome thing. Every agent in your account gets free text IVR. And in a minute, I'm going to show you now, but I'm going to take it away and I'll bring this back. Did you know we did a survey? Half the people using sign writers get listings from them. And every agent in your listings to leads account has the free text IVR. All they need is a sign writer. All right. So I'll come back to that in a minute, but check out this short form video script. So there's some little background here information. And then this is the part that the agent would say, right? So, hey, hello, everyone in Folsom. Just want to let you know that at 823 Wales Drive in Folsom is having an open house August 14th from 1 to 4 p.m. You can get all the photos, price, details by texting 171-389 to 25678, right? So the agent would essentially just read the part that's in the bubbles, and they can even send this to themselves. So that just sent me an email with that script, or I could take that and I could just click print, or I can even download. All right. So I've got a program, I got a teleprompter. So what I would do is I just send that to myself. I open up the email on my phone and I copy and paste the script into my teleprompter app. And then I can just do the short form video right at the property. All right. So that is a super powerful tool. And that is great for TikTok. It's great for Instagram. It's great for YouTube. And it is a script that is short. It's to the point. It's going to make the agent look really good. And it is actually going to generate leads, right? Because you don't want to be sit there on TikTok and Instagram shorts. I'm sorry, Instagram reels or YouTube shorts, talking about some URL that they've got to go to, right? We got a really easy URL here that you'll see at the bottom, right? Because that script continues down here. But for the first one here about the getting more information about the listing, right? Every agent in your listings to leads account as a lender gets the free text service right there. So I want to make sure, I want you to know that, because that's a powerful benefit to all the agents in your listings to leads account. All right. So that's a script. There's a script for every status. So whether the listing is pending, whether it's coming soon, just sold, there's a script for it. All right. So any questions on that? There's more tools here. I don't want to go through every single one of them. Otherwise we'd be here all day, but just keep in mind, we have Facebook ads, right? And again, you can run a Facebook ad and have the leads go to you. In fact, let's see if that URL is working yet. Probably should be now. All right. So there we go. So here's the ad preview. And if I click the blue show ad, so there's that ad that we just did a few minutes ago. People click and you'll see name, email, phone number, and purchase time frame. Now, a lot of people do just dreaming. That's fine. And you're going to get people that do, the other ones as well. Every email lead notification that we send to the agents on behalf of when they generate leads, or if it's going to you, look in that email, because there's a phone script in the email. All right. So if you don't know what to say to people, we have follow-up scripts. I don't know about follow-up scripts, but like contact scripts for leads right in the lead notification email. So next time you get a lead, you're right. I think a lot of times we can get really nervous because we're like, oh, what do I say to that person? Right. So when you get you'll get a text, the lead will drop into whatever program you're using, but you'll also get an email. And so in the email, again, there's a link to some scripts. I would just use the first one and, right, kind of get yourself familiar with it. Obviously, right, the better you know your scripts, the better you're going to be in a conversation, right? You don't want to be memorizing, because it's hard to do active listening when you're trying to memorize a script and you're trying to, go word for word for word. So I would take a look at the scripts right ahead of time. I would internalize them. I would practice them. I would make sure I've got them at the tip of my tongue as a conversation, right? Not as a speech, right? You want this more as a conversation, because you want to be able to make sure that as you're talking, you're listening for the cues that person, they may kind of, right? And those are clues. Those are verbal clues, right? To opening up that conversation even further, right? So you want to make sure, I would get familiar with the scripts. I would make sure I'm doing active listening. And I would also always make sure to call them back immediately. All right. So there you go. Awesome stuff right there. And to be honest, the just dreaming one is a really, really good one, because if you think about it, I would like to get them as far upstream as possible, right? Before they go off to somebody else. Because the listings to leads, you got automated follow-up, which I'll show you in a minute, but because it's just all about adding value. And with all those PDF guides that we've got and the ability to use those guides in whatever program you're using. So some of you are using Jungo. I wish I knew what that was. I assume it's a CRM contact management type of platform, but I showed you how you can take and use these guides in any program that you're currently using. And even within listings to leads, you'll see here, we got follow-ups. And this is great for any of your agents that maybe don't have a good CRM. Oh, shoot, let me go back here. So we got follow-ups in Spanish. We got follow-ups in English. And it's kind of cool because you all may have agents that work in both Spanish and English markets, right? That's, I'm in California. That's not completely uncommon. And so what's really cool is as you're running ads, in particular the PDF guides, if the PDF guide ad is in Spanish, let's go back and take a look at that. So if I go back to ads, in fact, there's a few things in ads I wanted to show you. Oh, I'm sorry, not ads. Yeah, ads, correct. All right, ads, PDF guide, English right here, Spanish. So check that out, English and Spanish. So if any of your agents or even you do an ad in Spanish, and I don't read Spanish, so now I'm completely lost, but I get the point here, right? The ads in Spanish, the PDF guide is completely in Spanish. All I got to do is type in the location, right? There's a lot of advanced, I can retarget. I got advanced options right here, but boom, bada bing, publish. So any lead I generate off of this ad, because the ad is in Spanish, the follow-up will be in Spanish as well, right? So we will automatically default any lead from that Spanish guide right into the Spanish follow-up. Now, what's really cool, and you can do this in the PDF guide section as well, but let me show you here, create PDF guide ad. And I'm in English, because that's my default. And let's say FHA loans. Well, let's say VA loans. I'm gonna go to create ad. So there's another thing I want to show you here. Wholesome, again, that's my area. But what I really want to instill on everybody here, and again, we're coming out with scripts for every single PDF guide we've got, but you can sit right at your desk. You can go out in front of a listing. You can record a quick video, and you can replace this image right here with another image or another video. All right. So whether it's my files, we even got stock videos. I mean, not that this video would really be appropriate for this, but there's that green upload button. And so you could record a video on your phone and then upload that video to use in the ad itself. All right. We have a ton of stock videos that are available for you, stock images available for you. We got pre-built videos that you could use with this ad. But what I really, really, really want a lot of you to start thinking about is you being the star of the video, right? You are the content. All right. As a lender, you are the content. All right. I want you to think about that. You are the brand, you are the star of the show, and you are the content. So we give you the little golden nuggets. So we got the PDF guides ready for you, and the ads with the graphics we've got, whether it's the motion graphic video or the images that we've prepared for you, those will work great. But I'm telling you, leads generated where they watch you, they listen to your voice, right? They get a little feel for your energy. In the long run, those types of leads are going to be probably better than a standard, like a regular graphic. All right. So, and I would play with both. I would run some ads with the standard default image that's meant for the ad. And then I would maybe a week later, I would run an ad where I am the one talking, and I'm essentially just kind of paraphrasing the text in the ad, right? Hey, this is, in fact, I wouldn't even say Scott Pierce I would just say, hey, if you're a veteran, we got VA home loans that will put your service to work for you. If you're an eligible active duty service member, and veterans alike have access to these VA loan programs. So, and make it make sense. At the end of it, I would say something like, this is Scott Pierce with L2L Mortgage. I'll talk to you again soon. Right. And just end it like that. And then I would be in that video. Maybe and it might be at that open house I'm going to hold open this weekend. I'm a co-host this weekend with one of my buyers or with one of my agents. And maybe I get to that property about 10 to 15 minutes early. And now I'm in the property or I'm in front of the property and I just do a selfie video and then upload that video here. Does that make sense for everybody? Right? Do you get how cool, how powerful that could be? Because now it's you that they're looking at. It's you they're hearing from, but it's the awesome content that we're providing. That is the hook, right? So again, we're giving you the gold nuggets. We're giving you the hook. We're giving you the graphics and the videos that you can use by default, but you are the star, you are the brand, you are the content. And so we want you to start getting more and more comfortable using video and using your video in the ads where you can really benefit from it. And you could even do a video, right? Let's go back to the guides. You could just do the same exact video and drop that video as a Facebook post with the link for more information. Hey, click the link above this post to download my free guide on 203K loans for buying or operating a home, right? So whatever PDF guide we've got, whether it's a lender guide or a buyer guide, any guide in the system, right? Think about what would be a good guide, right? Which one of these guides could I do a really good video on? I'll try to keep the video on point. So one video you might do could be a like 15, 20, 30-second video, no more, right? Nobody's going to watch more than like 10 seconds. So don't ever introduce yourself in the first 10 seconds because people are just going to leave your video, right? Start with the content that's in the ad. So if I want to do a video, for example, for the secret to buying a home in any season, I might click where it says ad. And I would use the ad copy here as my as the base for my script for the short form video. And then I would just at the end of it, hey, again, like I said before, at the end of it, at the very end of the video, I would end it with, and again, my name is Scott Pierce with L2L Mortgage. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'll look forward to talking to you again soon, right? Knowing that we're going to do new videos every week or two. So we'll be talking to them again soon in the next video that we release. And that way people get to know us, right, over time. And I've said this before in other webinars, that it can take 6 to 8 videos to get any traction whatsoever because people don't know you, right? They don't trust you. They don't necessarily like you, right? Sad, but that's just the way it is. And so as we keep doing this over time, right, people are going to start identifying with us. They're going to starting to see our gorgeous faces and our melodic voices, right? All of that it'll become more natural, more normal for them to see us, and then more easier for them to reach out to us when they're ready. All right. That is how you want your lead generation to work. You want to attract people, right, via your content and your energy. So hopefully that makes sense, right? So whether I would always recommend running an ad with our default images because I call that the control ad. So these images work, right? They usually get, the cost per lead on the mortgage stuff can be anywhere from like $5 to $15 per lead. So I'd always run an ad with the default image first. And that way we can get kind of a baseline of, all right, what's the cost per lead with the default image from listings to leads? All right. And then I would do a video where I'm the one talking. And that way I can kind of evaluate it against the ad with the image in it. Hopefully that makes sense. And then I mentioned earlier, we got some videos here. We got different images. Some of the PDF guides have talking head videos, right? So all sorts of stuff there. All right. So any other questions for me? So I did want to bring this back. So we did a survey in March, and about 50% of all agents that use sign writers are getting listings, or we phrase it getting deals. So whether it's listings or buyers, they're getting, half the people using sign writers get deals from them. And there's probably another 25% that are just don't realize, they don't know, they're not doing any lead tracking. And probably another 25% use them infrequently, not enough to even get a feel for it. It's free. Again, every agent in your lender account gets the free text and IVR. All they got to do is pay for the sign writer. The extensions stay with the agent. So you, as a lender, if you're trying to bring value to the agents in your area, you might consider getting them a sign writer. All right. If they got particular branding, like this agent obviously does, right? They got particular branding guidelines. You might ask them, you might say, hey, you know what? I know you're in listings to leads. That's great. But I wanted to give you a sign writer because, I'm not sure if you guys knew this, but half the people using sign writers from listings to leads are getting deals from it. And so I want to make sure. So I was going to go out and order you a sign writer. Which one of these styles do you like better? Right. In fact, let me show you. If you go into listings, it might seem a little bit counterintuitive, but when you go to any listing in your account for your agents, just click the green market listing button and you'll see sign writers. Right there. So there's sign writers right there on that list. Click it. And there's a lot of different options here. And I think there's a color, customize. So, that'll be ugly. Let's try it. Let's do white. And let's do that. That could be cool. And you can use any hex color you want. So if you got an agent that's very particular about their coloring, right, the brand colors that they're using, right, you can absolutely match it. And probably, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, but it just came up, tickle them pink. How is that for a bad pun? But you get the idea, right? So if you got agents that have really unique or specific brand colors, you can come in here and get a sign writer that's just going to make them look amazing, right? I mean, someone had this kind of a color as their brand, as one of their highlight or, colors within their branding guidelines. How sweet would a sign writer look, right? So what you'd have to do is you can just download that template and give it to your local sign writer company to print. You can order from Dirt Cheap Signs, which I believe closer to the top of this page is a link. Dirt Cheap Signs right here. So there's a link where you can upload the file that you download from us, and they can print and mail you that sign writer. So I would highly recommend that. I wouldn't do this for every agent, obviously, in my account, but I would pick, one or two agents. I would try to make sure they are doing an open house. Someone's doing an open house every weekend. Now, keep in mind also, an agent can borrow a listing. So if you're a newer lender and maybe you're working with newer agents, right? The agents can get permission, and obviously to hold an open house, they could just do that randomly, right? That's obviously permission, but they could hold an open house for another agent, right? Bring that listing into their account, and you could still co-host that open house on a listing that's not even theirs, right? I mean, how awesome is that, right? So any questions on anything that we've covered here today? All right. And the sign writer, again, I would highly recommend doing that for one agent this week coming up. So I would try to identify an agent that you think you could work really well with, right? Get your first agent under your belt, get them a sign writer, right? Go hold an open house with them. Think about downloading one of the postcards for a PDF guide that you think would be appropriate, right? If you got maybe you use Canva and you design some really cool things. Well, then you can just download the QR code and upload it into your Canva design, right? Or you can download our postcard, even just the front, right? Maybe I send that off to Kinko's, right? And I say, hey, you know what? I want just fronts. I want like 50 of these. Because here's the thing, these are evergreen. So you may only use 10 to 15 at the open house this weekend, but save all of the other ones that you don't use because they would be good at any time in the future, right? So these guides, it's not like, well, I print them up today and tomorrow they're no good. You know, once I print these up, these postcards, they're going to be good for as long as you've got your listings to leads accounts, right? So buying new construction, right? Maybe the property we're holding open is a new construction home. Well, then maybe buying a new construction home might be a great one to do. All right. If it's more of a lower end price point that you think is going to attract first time home buyers, then use a first time home buyer one. All right. If you're in an area where there's a military base and you want to do VA loans, then maybe you do the loan one. All right. So there's a number of different ways of doing that will help you generate some really good leads without having to buy leads. All right. And with that, if there's no other questions or comments or feedback, I'll let everybody go. But again, thank you all for joining us. We had more people on this call today than I was expecting. So thanks everybody for joining us. If you are a lender client of Listings to Leads, that is awesome. Thank you for your business. Make sure you give us feedback. So I want to make sure that as a lender, you've got the tools and the training to really both grow your business, but be an agent of change for the realtors in your local area. All right. So yeah, listingstoleads.com. Go ahead and click on lender. And here you can either schedule a demo with us, or you can sign up for a free 30-day trial. And we got accounts for 0 to 5 agents or 6 to 50 agents that you can sign up for. I always tell people just sign up for the cheaper account first, get those agents going. And then if you need to, you can add on to it. All right. Awesome. Eddie, I hope Eddie, I thought you were jumping off. So anyways, next week, we will not be having a webinar. We're going to be at the RE/MAX event in Nashville, Tennessee, but in 2 weeks, I'll be back again. So I can't wait to hear back from all of you on any of the successes that you've had in doing ads, in using those QR codes, postcards, the landing pages, right? Holding an open house for agents in your local area, being a guide for the agents, right? Showing them how to use those tools for the seller, right? Because again, that's a tool that a lot of agents aren't using. And so the best thing I would recommend is just click on a listing in your account, right? Click on market listing. And just click where it says share on seller social media. And if there's nothing in here, right, I would think about calling that agent up and just kind of go through what we talked through a little bit earlier in this call today and get them generating some really good free leads in addition to all the other tools that we've got in the accounts for them. All right. So with that, everybody, thank you so much for your time. And we'll talk to you again in a couple of weeks. So be good. Talk to you soon.